We're on a mission from God. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you to showcase what I can only assume is the very first North American VHS release of what I would regard as classic motion picture by the name of The Blues Brothers. Taking a look at the back, we've got copyright 1985, MCA Home Video Incorporated, all rights reserved, printed in USA. So I don't exactly know, it seems a little late to come out on home video, so chances are maybe in retrospect this isn't the first VHS release of Blues Brothers, but it's definitely an old VHS release of Blues Brothers. Taking a closer look at the front cover, I actually love the simplicity of this. We've simply got white on blue, appropriately, the Blues Brothers, and then panning further down, a very skinny Dan Aykroyd and a not so skinny John Belushi, and we've got Dan Aykroyd in red and John Belushi in green. Not exactly sure how they pick these colors, but I can remember seeing this VHS cover in the video store in the 80s, one of the first VHS incarnations of this classic movie on home video. And panning all the way down to the bottom, we've got a basically on the black of their black suit coats, a blue MCA Home Video logo. Taking a look at the right spine, MCA Home Video logo on the top, red background, white title, The Blues Brothers. As you can see, this has been ripped off, but we can discern, hopefully discern, it says VHS Hi-Fi Stereo, which was really unique for a VHS in the mid-80s. It probably says Dolby System on linear tracks, and alas, I can't see the catalog number. Hopefully we have better luck with the other spine. Taking a look at the left spine, on the top, instead of the MCA Home Video logo, we have a barcode, then the title, then the logo, and this is much more discernible, VHS Hi-Fi Stereo, Dolby System on linear tracks, and your catalog number after VHS, we've got 77000. Top of this VHS release looks like this. Taking a look at the back, we've got a white background, a little blue rectangle, and the Blues Brothers title contained therein. Color, 2 hours and 13 minutes, rated R. I think in the mid-80s this is pretty much how MCA Home Video handled images on the back of VHS. Just a couple of squares with a couple of images. Just that shot of Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi is kind of fun. And who wouldn't want to buy or rent this cassette based on this action shot of this car jumping over this other car? The Blues Brothers is a unique and outrageously funny musical comedy with spectacular action. It is the story of Jake and Elwood Blues, two hoodlum brothers searching for redemption, who set out to locate and re-enlist the members of their defunct rhythm and blues band in order to raise some honest money. The band members have straight jobs now and are reluctant to leave, but Jake and Elwood convince them to come along. The brothers, however, just can't seem to follow the straight and narrow as their troubles mount and the hijinks increase. And as we can see here, basically the credits, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, The Blues Brothers, a musical comedy, and you can see all the credits featured under there. A Universal picture, copyright 1980, Universal City Studios, all rights reserved. And panning further down to the bottom of the rear of the cover, you can pause and read this stuff if you want to. Taking a closer look at the VHS cassette itself, we've got the classic old mid-80s MCA Home Video logo. Actually, this one says 1984, whereas the cover said 1985, so maybe the tape is a year older than the cover. Who the hell knows? The Blues Brothers color. Oh, look at this. Universal, or MCA rather, usually does the 1 hour and such minutes, as can be indicated on the cover. But on the tape here, it's actually 133 minutes. Maybe this tape is a year older than the cover, but we've got Dolby System and obviously your scary FBI, whatever, logo or seal or whatever the hell they call it, and your all-important, very important warning copyright information, which makes up the majority of the label. As we can also see a classic Be Kind Rewind sticker, which, as we can see, the recommendation was not taken. The last person who watched this, and another video store sticker that's just for, I don't know, the video store purposes, 748. I should also mention that as true to MCA Home Video form, they got there. I can't really read it. It's probably says the same thing another MCA Home Video release I did recently says, but you've got your blue OCD watermark basically printed on the white spine before this other information was printed on it to authenticate to make sure. I guess that's a way to show, it's like a watermark to that someone can't reproduce to indicate that this is an authentic release from MCA Home Video and not some bootleg thing. We can also see that there's, I don't know, coffee stains or who the hell knows what else on the label. Taking a look at the spines, definitely seen better days as this tape is pushing 40 years old. The Blues Brothers on a formerly white spine with a, used to have a blue watermark, which you can still barely discern, which is your, you know, whatever MCA Home Video, whatever, blue watermark on white, Blues Brothers, MCA Home Video, and all that other stuff. As you, just like on the top tape label, it says copyright 1984, MCA Home Video Incorporated, all rights reserved, and very proudly printed in USA. So in closing, it's hard to say whether or not this is the first North American VHS release of this title. It certainly looks really, really old. One would think this movie being as popular as I can only imagine it was, it would have come out sooner on home video. So there's a chance maybe that this is not the first VHS release, but it's definitely one of the early VHS releases of the Blues Brothers, a movie that I grew up with. Incidentally, we recorded it off TV in the 80s, and it wouldn't be quite some time until I'd actually see the theatrical R-rated version, so that was kind of fun. I was kind of disappointed, honestly, when I finally would see the R-rated version to learn that I don't think there's necessarily any tits or female nudity per se in the movie, which was kind of a bummer. Just some all-important swear words that were finally able to enter the old eardrums as a result of, you know, putting the taped off TV version, retiring that, putting it off to the side and watching the actual R-rated version henceforth. But gosh, I'm getting Shakespearean in this showcasing. But I guess that pretty much does it for the showcasing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, we'll catch the Katy, left me a mule to ride.